G'day, it's Bleakers here on Sydney Harbour, and I'm out test driving the 565 Offshore. So I've been in this boat for a couple minutes and I've already realised that this is the perfect inshore offshore family fishing boat. So what do I mean by that? If you're a fisherman or a fisherwoman and you want to head offshore and go target kingfish or snapper, then this boat is going to allow you to do it. You're going to be able to navigate harbour systems or bars in this boat. It's got that high raised front, you're going to be able to handle a little bit of splash over. It's got that windscreen and you can fully wrap the whole boat in clears. So you're going to be covered on that front even if you get a little bit of bad weather. But by the same token, if you want to come in the harbour system like here in Sydney, take the family and kids out, cook up a bit of lunch, have a relaxing day in a nice little bay like this, and this boat is perfectly set up for that as well. Now, of course, all boats at Sydney Watercraft, including the Haines, are going to be paired up with Yamaha motors, which is the most reliable motor in the market. Now, it is packed with features like built-in hydraulic steering and digital electrical control, but let's be honest, if you're buying this boat, all you need to know is that it's going to get you there. Now, a really neat feature on the back of this boat, particularly as an angler myself, is the design of the live bait tank. They've designed it so it doesn't have any square edges, and the angle allows any live bait in there to be able to swim around freely. Now that is of course super important if you're fishing with slimy mackerel or yuccas, because you never want to pull a dead one out of your tank. It's a little feature, but a super important one, especially if you're going to go fishing offshore. Now let's be honest, if you buy a boat, at some point you're going to be taking some friends or family out. So it's super important you've got a place for them to sit. Now the beauty about this is this fold out seat at the back, which adds an extra 4 or maybe 5 seats to the boat. So you've already got the 2 up the front, you've got this one here, and now you've got another 4 or 5 here. And if you don't need it and you want to pack this space with fishing gear, you simply just fold it up. One of the things Haines Hunter have done is implement this little hatch, which means when you're traveling or driving, you can trim that motor all the way up and you're not eating into your fishing space. But when it's trimmed all the way down, simply put the latch up and you've got room for fishing gear or that seat. It's a really little thing, but it means you've got a lot of space in this boat. Speaking of room, this particular cabin is 6'6". You could happily get a couple in here for a night out on the water, or if you got the kids, they're easily going to lay out in here. It's already got these comfy cushions and it's carpet lined. So in here, it feels super, super cozy. If we did want a bit of air, we've got a hatch above you where you can push it open and you can get a nice breeze come in. It is a sunlight too, but if it starts to rain, it is fully sealable. So not a drop of water is going to come in when we clamp that shut. One of the things Haines Hunter is famous for in their boats is the comfortable ride. Now this is a 900 kilo boat with a beam of about 2.4 meters. What that means is you're gonna get a comfortable and stable ride wherever you're going. Now talk about versatility, check out these seats. You can sit back, relaxed, 180-degree view, watch the kids, watch the baits. But if you want a vantage point and get up nice and high, flip the bolster up, you're sitting back up on there, and I have a 180-degree view of everything that is in front of me. If you want to go a little bit further, they've got this footstool in here. You can get right out the front, particularly when you have these screens off. It's a little thing, but a super important thing if you're going to be spending a lot of hours at the steering wheel. If you want to cook up a feed or prepare some baits or whatever it may be, 1, you've got a sink with fresh water tapped underneath, ready to go. 2, a cutting board, a place to store your ice and your food, and a heat mat so you're not burning any of the upholstery. How is that for space optimization on the 565 Offshore? Now obviously whenever you're boating, the one thing we're always looking at is the weather charts, and there is a few clouds around today. But I'm super comfortable in this boat because I can enclose the entire vessel up with these screens, to the point where if it was raining, we're well and truly protected in here. Well, there's some of my favourite features of the 565 Offshore from Haines Hunter.